Hello everyone, and today I'm back with another video. I feel like I've honestly not sat down and just spoken to you guys in such a long time, but we are back at it. I am done for the whole of summer now until uni, and then I'm going to be making lots of videos and getting back into my YouTube game because I feel like I've really not been reaching my full potential. I've finished my exams now, jumping all in, and we're starting off with a kind of different video. As you can see from the title, it is going to be a plant collection. Just to give you a little bit of backstory, I started really getting into plants around 2 years ago, probably like 2016, maybe like 3 years ago, but I was a little bit disheartened because I kept killing them, like several plants, probably like more than 5 plants or maybe even 10. Yeah, it was sad times. However, over the past couple of months I've kind of been doing my research and actually learning how to properly look after them, because there's very specific things that you have to do to make sure your plants stay alive. Despite all of the sad RIPs that we've had, I feel like this is taking a positive turn and now it's fine. So I've managed to collect quite a few plants over the past couple of months, and yeah, rather than doing a haul I wanted to just show you them all at once, just because I feel like that's funner and there's more to show you that way. So I guess we'll start off with cactuses. So this is one of my most recent cacti, and I'm pretty sure this is a golden barrel cactus. I've got it in a little drainage pot and then a little bit more of a decorative one. That is my first tip for keeping your plants alive, is put them in a drainage pot, otherwise they'll be sitting in water and they'll be more likely to develop root rot, which is basically when the roots rot and then your plant dies because it can no longer absorb water. I guess I'll show you these ones now. This is a different type of cactus, and I'm actually propagating them. Look how cute they are. I literally can't get over it. They're like little tiny baby ones, and I just put them in this really gorgeous pot for now, but obviously it doesn't really work because there's a circle and that square, but we're dealing with it, so it's fine. And I'm not 100% sure what kind of cactus this is. If you've been with me for a while, you might have seen my birthday and Christmas hauls, and a couple of years ago I showed you guys this terrarium, or maybe I'll put a picture of how it looked originally. And honestly, that is probably the saddest, most tragic death of all my plants, because it was so pretty, and now I'm kind of in the process of like redoing it. So this is the only surviving one, that one right there, and it's kind of gone wrinkly, probably due to overwatering, and then all the others sadly passed away. I'm trying to like recreate it, but it's kind of hard to find all the exact plants that were originally in there, but this is one of them. So this summer I'm going to go plant shopping and then hopefully recreate what this terrarium looked like. I think that's how you say it, terrarium. Hopefully recreate what it looked like previously. And with cacti, the main thing you want to do is just not water them and kind of neglect them, because otherwise they'll die. I also recently, one of my oldest cacti died. It was like the old man cactus where it's got like all of that white fur around it. So moving on to succulents. This is, I'm pretty sure it's my only succulent, and this is called the silver ruffles. I have got like the scientific name so I can give them to you guys. Let me just get my handy little book. I write all of the how to care for my plants in a little book. I find this really helpful because otherwise I'll end up like overwatering it or something. It's called a Cotyledon undulata. Yeah, silver ruffles. It's grown 2 new leaves here, which I'm super happy about. And they're almost the same size as these ones as well. This one likes to be watered about every 1 to 2 weeks, and then it likes to not be watered very much in winter, so you only probably want to water it like once a month in winter. But yeah, I just got quite a few of my plants in these gorgeous little like old-fashioned little dishes, and then I will get plant pots to put them in eventually, but this is a new addition and I love it. The plant I have is this gorgeous little, I think it's called elephant bush, because the elephants like to eat it. It's grown quite a lot since I've got it, and it's just in this cute little tin plant pot. There's not really much to say about this. It's one of my favourites, to be honest. I used to have one of these and I killed it after it like grew quite big, so I'm hoping this is going to grow big. I think one of the main problems with all of my plants dying is that I kept watering them the same amount in the summer as I did in the winter. So the next plant we have is actually one that I saved from like near death. This is called Wandering Dew, and it's got this gorgeous like purpley, sparkly green leaves on the top. I don't know, you probably might not be able to see that in the camera, but they literally glitter, and then underneath it's just this gorgeous like deep purple. I've actually trimmed this back a little bit because if you leave it to get really like leggy, it doesn't look as nice. It looks nicer, I think, when it's more like bushy. You have to like pinch back the first couple of leaves, and then I actually put the pinched back leaves back in because I propagated them. So yeah, this is my little saviour plant and I love it. The next plant I have is called a HOUSEPLANT limifolia, yeah, and it kind of looks plastic. It's really cool. I got this one quite a long time ago. I think Joe got me this one and I've managed to keep it alive. Yeah, it's just like a kind of succulent looking one, and you're meant to water this like once every couple of weeks, and yeah, it just looks like this. It's really cute. It just lives on my desk, happy as Larry. Also, these little plant pots, I got them for quite cheap from IKEA, I think. But yeah, I'm looking to get some like nicer plant pots. So if you guys have any recommendations, comment them down below. This is the next plant I have, and it is a sword fern. It's so gorgeous. There's so much like new growth in it, and this is a fairly recent purchase. Yeah, I've actually been hanging it up in this little thing that I made to hang on my curtains, and it seems to be really thriving there. Although it does seem to get these like little brown bits on the end of the leaves where it's like trying to grow new leaves but like not. So I don't really know, but yeah, this one likes shade because it used to be grown like on the forest floor. So it likes lots of indirect light. And yeah, I like how all of these just like intertwine and get really messy. So hopefully this is gonna grow bigger. So the next plant I have is in this absolutely gorgeous plant pot. Look how pretty that is. And it's called a Rosso plant. And these don't actually get much bigger than this, I don't think. And they've got this gorgeous like pinky red colour underneath, similar to the Wandering Jew. It's lovely. It's living its life. This next one is a wire vine, and these are actually grown outside quite a lot, and I tried to put this in like a shadier position and it just started shriveling up, but as soon as I put it back in the sun it revived itself. So definitely want to keep in lots of indirect sunlight it needs, so just like on a windowsill. But yeah, he's doing pretty well now. So the next one we have is in a gigantic pot, probably too big for the actual plant. This is my jade plant, and yeah, it's got two little shoots coming off it, and this was originally in that little pot here, but it didn't really have like adequate drainage, so I repotted it into something a lot bigger, and hopefully this is going to grow into like a nice little tree in my room. It was kind of like bending, so I just gave it a little support just to keep it upright, but yeah, it's really wobbly. And I absolutely love this plant. It was given to me by some close friends. So the next one we have is this gorgeous variegated rubber plant, and it's in this tiny little pot. I probably need to repot it soon. Had a bit of a disaster recently. I think it was due to overwatering, where this leaf here became like a bit brown and squidgy. I definitely cut back on watering it, and hopefully she'll do fine after this, but I just love the variegated leaves on this. I really want to get like a normal rubber plant as well, because I love like the dark colour of the leaves. I think they're so pretty. This one's tiny, but hopefully she's gonna grow to be a lot bigger, because I'd really appreciate that. She does have like a one trying to sprout leaf here, but it's been like that for a while now, so don't really know. So the next plants I have are some cuttings off my mum's plants downstairs. So the first one is a lemon geranium, and it's rooted really well but not grown any extra leaves, so we'll see what happens to that one. And then the next one is the name's completely gone out of my head. Next one is a peace lily, that's it. Plant pot doesn't really fit into the bigger plant pot very well, but hopefully this will have some new growth. Ew, there's a little bug in it. So those are kind of like my experiments, just seeing what happens, you know. This one is also a plant that I bought back from Death. It is I always thought it was a Christmas cactus, but I was looking into it and I think it might be like a Thanksgiving cactus. It grows really pretty flowers in certain times of the year. It hasn't flowered for quite a long time. I think it's because I almost killed it, but it's seen better days. It's looking quite sparse. I'm nursing this one back to health. The next plant I have was a cutting from one of my grandma's plants, and I don't actually know what this one is called, so if you guys know, let me know. But I think it flowers. It looks really healthy at the moment. I tend to turn this one around quite a lot because it seems to really like point towards the sun, so it's good to like give it a few different directions, a few little twirls. Another plant which I don't know what the name is this one, and I'm literally obsessed with it. I got this from a garden centre and it had like loads of like white licks of paint on it, and it was kind of like neglected, so I got it and it's been my little project. So many shoots that are kind of like trailing now, which is really pretty. I really want to get some hanging plants because I just love how they look. This one's doing a lot better than it was when when it was in the garden centre. If you guys know what this one's called, definitely let me know. The next plant we have is a spider plant, and I recently watered this and the roots were literally like coming out of the bottom of the plant pot, so it might be time to repot it, but it hasn't really grown that much. It's just grown like so many roots. I really like how this one looks and I can't wait for it to like shoot the little spider things out, which you can repot. I like this one. It's really, I'll just poke myself in the eye. So this is a plant that oh my god, why do I keep hitting myself in the face with them? I've had this for ages and it isn't looking the best. I had to move it to my bathroom because I'm pretty sure this needs like high humidity, and it has got a few like really nice healthy leaves. It's called a strelitzia. Yeah, it's got a couple of like browning leaves. We'll see with this one. It is such a pretty plant and apparently it grows like gorgeous flowers on the odd occasion. It definitely had a problem with horrible little fly things a while ago, which I had to kind of rid it of. So this is a fairly recent addition to my collection and it is a snake plant. I actually got this from like Aldi or like Asda, I think. Yeah, I got this from Asda and it was really cheap. It was only like £6. This one doesn't like a lot of water at all. You can pretty much just like neglect it. It's called the mother-in-law's tongue as well, and these leaves are literally like solid, I kid you not. And the final plant that I'm going to show you is my much loved Swiss cheese plant. It's also called a Monstera deliciosa, and this is so big so I'm just going to put it back. It's a pretty young plant, so it's not had many leaves which have the holes in, but I have hope for this one. It's definitely growing, and yeah, I need to put it in a prettier plant pot because this is like getting really gross. I hope you guys have enjoyed watching this video. If you did, give it a big thumbs up and comment down below if you're a plant lover. We're automatically going to be friends if you're a plant lover, and I will see you in my next video. Bye! There's something about his manners. Oh, I know. You do walk up with that high